Bob, I just got some very exciting news.
What happened?
The seller accepted the offer on my house.
Congratulations. That's amazing.
I know. That's wild information. That's crazy. I'm like gagging. I'm Gagiana. Bust down Gagiana.
So that sounds really wonderful. What are your next steps?
Next step is inspections and all that stuff and making sure, like, foundationally, termites and shit. There on some underlying sneaky little things I don't know about the house that could cost me tens, 20s, hundreds of $1,000s to fix. So, those are the next steps.
And what is your process? I saw you tweeted today that you're looking for gut renovations specialist.
I want to gut renovate my house. I want to, because this is an old house, like built in the 1920s or 1940s, and it hasn't been touched or renovated since the 70s. So, like, I literally want to rip the entire inside out and start over. So I want to find interior designers and contractors to do so. So looking for that right now. So it's all happening very quickly, and I'm very like, ugh.
What's up with the house? I haven't. I saw like a little video of one of the kitchen, but that was all I saw.
Oh, really? I didn't show you the whole video. I think I started showing it to you, and we as we do, we got distracted and went on a tangent about something else.
You should send me the video.
I'll send it to you.
Well, congratulations! That sounds really amazing.
Thank you. How are you doing in your neck of the part of the world?
I'm doing well. I went to the city today, and I'm in New Jersey right now. And I went to the city, and
Same.
Yeah, I know. I told you today that I was in New Jersey, and
Sisters, we're close.
And I hung out with some old friends. I hung out with Alfredo. I hung out with Blackio. I hung out.
Oh my God, Blackio nasty.
Yeah, we hung out today as well. And I hung out with. I didn't hang out with, but I went to go see
Holiday.
No, I did not go see Holiday. This may shock you. There's a producer on We're Here named Nick Vaughn who happened to be doing a one-man show, like one night only, in the city tonight. And he lives in LA. And he happened to be doing this place called The Flea Theater, which is a theater downtown. I think it's in Soho or in Tribeca, that specializes in Black, brown, and queer performance.
Did they do a one-person show?
Yeah.
Did you go see the show?
I did. Yeah, that's what I did. Yeah, I wanted to go see the show.
Was there singing in it?
There was music, but he wasn't singing. No, there wasn't singing, but he did. But there was some music in it, and obviously acting, and it was really fun.
Alaska has a business partner. His name is Nick Laughlin, I think. Very funny guy. I met him when I did Alaska's Death Drop show. The one night or the 2 night, one night only, back in June or July.
Not Death Drop. It's called Drag
the Musical. Did I say Death Drop?
You did.
Drag the Musical, and he's the one. If anyone listening or watching this follows me on social media, right after I got done, I posted a picture of me in that blue hair. And that outfit I wore and the thing, and he was in the background and like looking at everyone would screenshot it, zoom into him like, Monét, what is this? So that is who Nick Laughlin is, if anyone remembers that from that time.
What was he doing? Why was everyone asking who he was?
Because his expression, I'm going to try to find it really quick. His expression, Bob, he just looked crazy. Everybody was like, girl, not you doing this to this person. Monét, delete this. Monét, that's not nice. I was like, I didn't do anything mean. He posted it first. Someone tried to say the other day, and I know what your opinion on this is going to be. And I'm like, Monét, you post a lot of nudes online. I'm like, I don't think I post nudes. Okay, this is the picture. Say, Monét, you post a lot of nudes. Like, I don't post nudes. I mean, I post like suggestive nudes. I don't post like, I'm not posting my dick. I'm not just posting my ass. I'm not doing that stuff.
Yeah, those are nudes. Those are nudes.
No.
You're nude.
Maybe there's been once or twice.
Do you find that people say you post nudes? Is that a sentiment you've received more than once?
Just once or twice. It comes up in like conversation with friends or Similarity patrons Like if I post something on my TikTok, a lot of comments are like, "Ooh, I can't wait for Bob to see this." Monét. They're like, "Monét, this is out of control." I'm like, it's just like a little underbutt cleavage. It's not even like a nude.
So do you think you post nudes?
I think I have posted something adjacent to a nude. Would I call it like a nude? No, I would call it
Even though you weren't
adjacent.
wearing clothes, even though you weren't wearing any clothes, it's not a nude. Okay. So on episode 4 of All Stars 7, we were talking about Fairytale Justice.
We are talking about Fairytale Justice, and we'll get to the fond memories. The fond memories I'm going to talk about as we get there, but maybe not fond, because now I look back, I'm like, oh, what's it? It looks like I got fucking cum in my hat. What is that? There we go. So the memories are there. They're not so fond of this challenge, but
why are they not fun? What's the matter?
well, one is the prosthetic noses. I hate I look like I had a growth on my nose that was sickly.
Well, it just looked like you didn't color your nose, and everyone else. It looked like everyone else colored their nose, and you didn't color yours for some reason.
I did. The lady who was consulting us, because they brought a makeup artist she's very good at her job, and they brought her in to consult us to help us like do prosthetics in case we're not too familiar. And I think the only person who was super familiar with prosthetics were probably Viv and Raja, because Raja did prosthetics for Snatch Game, and Viv she does a lot of prosthetics. Everyone else we like, and Shay. So I guess three out of the 5 girls were like very familiar with prosthetics, and I was sitting there. I had maybe done prosthetics twice, and I always do the easy water ones that you buy from the Halloween store, because those are way easier than the foam gluing spirit gum prostate thing. It's hard.
Yeah, but it seemed. I mean, no shade, but it seemed like everyone else kind of got a grasp on it. Not everyone wore prosthetics. You, Jada,
Jinx,
and what about Shay?
Evie? No, Evie painted. Maybe Shay did. I don't remember.
I can't remember.
I mean, listen. They are clearly better makeup artists than I. I do not know how to do prosthetics, and I thought I did.
When you did the nose there, were you like, this doesn't look good, or were you like, I'm turned?
I was like, I don't care. I didn't think that it looked the best, but I was like,
porky pork puss.
I thought it was fine. I was like, I thought I did an adequate job, and I think it was an adequate job. But seeing it on camera, I'm like, ooh, girl, that looked crazy. But whatever, you know.
It stood out a little bit, right?
But at the top of this episode, at this point, 3 people have won stars. Or 3 people have stars, and at this point, to be honest, I don't feel like the competition feels like real. I'm trying to like remember back. I don't remember being like, ooh, girl. Like, you know, those talking heads are like, now it's time for me to really put the pedal to the metal and show these girls. But I wasn't feeling that. I was like, 3 people have stars. I'm one of them. I'm cool.
Yeah, I mean, do you think that's because you had a star? Do you think if you didn't have a star, you'd be like feeling like I need to turn my shit out? You
know what probably. I mean? That's a fair assessment. But I was showing up a villain.
Was there ever? I mean, it's too early. And I don't want to ask that question. I was like, was there ever a point where you thought, I don't think I'm going to win this? Because you did go a really long time without winning any stars. Were there ever a point you were like, this is not going to happen for me? This is not it for me. It's not.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, after like episode 6 or 7, when I was like, I should have won, and I was like, I didn't, and I was so many episodes behind. At that point, I go on like 5 or 6 episodes without getting a star, but having the high critiques. I was like, nope, I ain't gonna make it, girl.
I mean, that sounds in that regard. I'm like, maybe I would rather get eliminated than stick around, feeling like I wasn't gonna win. Maybe I don't know. Actually, to be honest, because I've never been on a season where no one got eliminated. So I don't even know what that would feel like, to be honest. Like I just have no clue what that would feel like. Because Trinity posted online, she was like, we should do what do y'all think about the idea of doing a season where no one gets eliminated, like a regular season? So. And I was like, I don't know that we need to see some of these girls stick around the whole time. I know some girls made it to the end, and we didn't need some to stick around.
Damn, it's the same man days.
All Stars 4, Monét.
Is your blood sugar love?
So so the teams are also it was there ever discuss that Evie was kind of in both teams? Like, I really felt like Evie was on both teams.
Yeah, if he wasn't both teams. I mean, obviously she was heavier in hours, but she was in both teams. But I think she didn't know that going in. Like, once she got her character, then she knew that was going to be the T. But this was not described in picking the characters. Like, no one knew they were to be the wolf, that they were going to be in two scenes until they got the part and they read the script.
And how
they got told.
How much of it was like? How much of this was scripted? How much it wasn't scripted at all?
Okay, so for our team, we knew that the three piglets had to have three different personalities, and they kind of described the personalities a little bit, like not like super in depth, but they like said like Jada's Twiggy Pig was like into like fashion or something like that, or like it was like very light suggestions of what the characters are.
So there was literally no lines.
There weren't lines, but there were. But I mean. Did y'all? Oh, y'all didn't, when you did your improv challenge, like you get like a sheet that has like benchmarks that you like to kind of like.
Everyone thinks that we never had an improv challenge. RuPaul's Empire was not an improv challenge. I was just improving in the middle of a scene that was scripted. I just kept making shit up and riffing and doing my own thing, but it was completely scripted, and I just kept acting goofy and making up my own lines, which is why Naisha Lopez famously says. It was scripted for everyone else, but Bob had an improv challenge. Bob was doing improv, and everyone else was on a script.
Okay, well, yeah. So for every improv challenge ever done in Drag Race, you have like benchmarks that you have to hit. Like we knew that it's gonna start with Jada. It starts with Jinx. We knew that Jada was gonna come in as her witness. We knew that then that I was gonna come in as the lawyer. And I was in love, and that Evie's role was my boyfriend, and we knew that there would be a fight. So we knew that they have benchmarks, but like what you're going to say, no. But you have like brief, like one line character descriptions and benchmarks that you have to hit for both teams.
So all those like pig puns were they made up on the spot? Were y'all writing them down? Like what was that?
Yeah, we wrote those down. Like when we sat. As our group, we were like coming up with puns and stuff together. And Jada and Jinx, it doesn't really make the edit because it wouldn't make any sense for it to, but they kind of had like a little tension because when Jada was like developing her character, she felt that Jinx had like took some of the liberties that Jada discussed she was gonna do with her character being like this like ditzy character, and she felt like Jinx stepped on that a little bit, and there was a little tension on that, but they figured it out, which is why next episode why Jinx gives Jada the star for all of us there, because Jada was really upset with Jinx and the way that she played her character. She felt it was too close to hers, so I think that's why Jinx gave Jada the star. And
years ago I was in a show called High Maintenance, on the first episode of High Maintenance on HBO. And we had this big scene where we're in an MA meeting, which is not MA, CMA meeting, which is a Crystal Meth Anonymous meeting. And I play a crystal meth addict in recovery. And we had this scene where we practiced, because it was all improv. It was loose. It was very loosely scripted. It was like, now you share a story and then you do like a share. So I was improving this share and making it up during rehearsal. And then pick the cameras up. And then the guy next to me shared before me. And he started doing my bits. He was saying the things I was saying in the rehearsal.
Word.
Now that the camera, I cannot remember that fucking guy's name. But he started doing my bits. When I tell you I was like, son, I'm mad tight right now.
Did anyone else notice it? Was there anything?
Maybe. I mean, probably stood out more to me than anyone else. But I was like,
a white refrigerator.
There's probably a shot of me in the episode being like, and bitch, I am. And they're like,
oh my god, Bob, the acting is so great. Wow, I really feel the tension there.
I was like, this nigga just stole my bit. This is such bullshit.
Yeah. And another thing that happened is in this episode, so what didn't also make the edit is that we watched the other group perform. So like when the other group was doing their thing, we were in the workroom watching it on the monitor. On the RuPaul morning message screen, we were watching. We like had a feed of them doing theirs, and then Jada was just not having it. Like it was Jada, Jinx, and then me sitting watching it. And then Jada, you know, because Jada's a hood bitch from Milwaukee. She's just like,
Did they resolve it in the end?
I think they resolved it off camera, which probably why they showed it on camera, because no one would have seen the resolution or how it all developed. So
what was Jinx's character? Because they both seem kind of ditzy to me and kind of.
Right, and that was Jada's point. Jada was like, "This, I wanted that to be my thing," and she just said that Jinx started playing that role as well, like being ditzy too. I think Jinx was gonna go more of like a country
ditzy too. Sorry.
Jinx is gonna go like more like a country something or I forget. I forget what Jinx is gonna. I don't remember, but yeah.
Do you ever watch the movie? Did you ever see The Bitch Who Stole Christmas, the Drag Race Christmas movie?
I saw some of it. I saw James Mansfield's part. Go ahead. Then I saw some of Brooklyn's parts.
When I watched that movie, I was like, these roles feel like they were just clearly written for other drag queens.
Like Brooklyn's role was fully Katya's role. The Russian,
It seemed like James's role was clearly Trixie's role.
James Mansfield?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It seemed like Ginger's role was clearly Jinx's role.
I didn't see Jinx's role.
It was
Ginger's role.
She was like a Midwestern, for sure, yeah, Midwestern redheaded so and so. Anyway, I don't know why that just reminded me of that. But anyway, in this episode, I really think that Jinx did a good job, and though a lot of those, you all had some really great pig puns. Evie did a really good job. I thought Evie should have gotten much more credit than she did get, especially for how long.
I agree.
She was very good. She had the longest. Besides Michelle, she had to go the longest. Of all the competitors, she had to improv the longest. And for me, the moment that Jinx won the episode, the challenge win, was when that fucking ear fell off. Like, you could not. I mean, I was saying, Jesus Christ, for like a week. It was like, I literally laughed out loud at that moment.
Yeah, I thought that those moments of RuPaul afterwards. I just love being close to RuPaul and just fucking doing whatever with Ru. And
breathing in her air.
I think that, honestly, just being in the same space as Ru. He had those fucking pixie air prosthetics on, and RuPaul just standing out there with his fucking flip flops, just being fucking random weird RuPaul. It was my favorite part of the scene, for sure. And also, another one of my other favorite parts that people didn't. I thought it was hilarious was when Trinity enters their scene, and then she does something, and then Michelle goes, "I'm which Teresa?" And Trinity goes, "Which Teresa?" Michelle's like, "Which Teresa?" She's like, "Which Teresa?" I thought that was very funny because it was like, "Which Teresa?" but also like, "Which Teresa?" I thought it was very funny, and people did not laugh at it as much as I did.
That's wordplay, Monét. That is wordplay. You remember our wordplay discussion?
Bitch, stop doubling down on your wordplay thing. We get it.
That's wordplay, Henny.
Which Teresa?
I thought that Shay played it so earnest. When Shay did her role, it was like she was so genuine and so earnest as this bear.
And her line about because as a black bear, I cannot call the ASPC. I thought that was very I thought that was so funny.
That was very funny.
I thought it was really funny. And what's her name? Fucking, but the star of the show, the person who, when we all agreed, like then we all got in a van to go home that night, the next day we talking about it. Fucking Vivian was it was a home run. It was better than it was seen on TV. Like all of us across the board were like, Vivian, you better work. You nailed it.
So she's switching those. Did she tell anyone that she's gonna be switching characters, switching voices and accents and stuff?
Maybe with her team, but we didn't know. Our team had no idea. Maybe she discussed with her team, but we had no idea. And the Vivian it was brilliant. It was very great acting, very great improv. It was lovely.
I mean, the Vivian is obviously a great improv. If anyone saw her original season of Drag Race UK season 1.
And her YouTube video with Monét Exchange. Yes. I
heard she wasn't acting. I heard she was truly appalled. Honey. I heard acting was, you were the only one who, I heard I heard that the dialect coach, not the dialect, the etiquette lady.
Dialect,
the etiquette coach was not acting. She was truly embarrassed by your action.
Oh my God, you just got so Southern. Not the etiquette coach.
I said
etiquette. Say it again.
an etiquette coach.
You said etiquette. You got real Southern.
Etiquette's not Southern. We say etiquette, not etiquette.
I heard etiquette.
That's not Southern. We say, well, she's got great etiquette. Her etiquette was real nice. Anyway, that's like white. Also, that's white Southern.
I want to say now, and all of a sudden you are Eureka.
I was well, no, you could say, girl, her etiquette wasn't even there, girl. There are different, just like there's different New York, like white New Yorkers and black New Yorkers have different accents. The white Southerners have very different accents than black Southerners.
Oh, someone on the Patreon said the other day, they said Bob will make anything about being the South. Someone was like, going in someone's purse, that's not a Southern thing. That just manners. And
I'm going to point out, though, that the other Southerners were like, I agree. This is specifically a thing you're talking about. Like the other Southerners, but I would say right now, the bitch who went in someone's purse and stole it, she wasn't Southern.
Chanel is Southern. I think Chanel's from the South.
She's not.
Where's she from?
She's not from the South. I promise she's not from the South. You can Google her right now.
Well, Chanel has a Southern accent.
She does not. Chanel emphatically does not have a Southern accent. She is not from the South, and she does not have a Southern accent.
I will say, I'm not from the South, and I grew up not touching people's purses either, so I don't think it's a Southern thing.
All the Southerners, we agreed. A couple of y'all other folks was like, it wasn't an attack on Northerners saying that you dig in purses. This is not an attack on anyone not from the South.
No one said it.
I was not talking about. I was just talking about Southerners. I was not talking about.
Exactly, the South of California.
Monét, you won't. This is, by the way, this is the gaslighting of Monét. Monét just states information with zero foundation and just perpetuates it in the world as truth.
Okay, really quick. Imagine when Wolverine put on his claws, this came out. Like this, not this sad ass Wolverine. Imagine.
That could really hurt. Well, if one of them broke off, that'd be sad. But that could really do some damage on you. That could really do damage.
Okay, if you punch somebody, sure, but
bitch punching, and he's strong. You know Wolverine's magic power isn't actually metal claws. You know
it's
that,
healing. Right? I know. Bob, I taught you that.
Okay, first of all, it's not what I was going to say because the claws are part of his magic, his powers, but it's not the metal. His claws are actually bone, and they have metal infused on them. Bitch.
Okay, first of all, now you know the patrons always drag you about your mixing up of superhero facts. And here's the thing about Wolverine. Wolverine was not born with adamantium. Wolverine's bones. I did not say that.
I said he was born with a bone. His bones. So back before he had the adamantium fused to like pump to his body, he had bones come out. But you don't be listening. You do not be listening, even to yourself. He had bones come out. He had bones come out, and then they had the adamantium fused to his body.
But no, Bob, that is only something that they did for the movie. That is not how Wolverine. That's what in the comics. That's not the bone thing. Is not a thing. That was made for the movie, babe. That's what I'm trying to say.
Is that true, or is that just kind of like how Chanel was from the South? Or is it like that? You Googling, bitch. I hear you clicking, bitch. I hear you Googling.
That was the thing.
Tell me the information. Tell me the real story with your hands like this. By your face. I want this. I want to see this. Since you know the story. Yeah. No. Let's keep this motherfucker rolling.
What the fuck? You are so. I know. Jacob, they're rolling down a river. We can't see him. We're just guessing. Oh, which, by the way, we need to take a little break. So we'll be right back.
Hold on. I'm going to take a real break.
My little Colleen is such a little goofball, such a little trickster. My little baby. I can always count on her to keep me entertained. Something else I can always count on is Pretty Litter. It's the only cat litter I will ever use because they are the fiercest of them all, darling. Pretty Litter crystals change color to detect early signs of potential illnesses like metabolic acidosis, I know that's a mouthful, which can cause diabetes, urinary tract infections, kidney issues, and much more. Pretty Litter is ultra absorbent and it instantly traps odor. So that means your house is not funky. Your house don't smell like cat excrements. And it is truly the best. It's lightweight, dust-free, and works up to a month without clumping up. That means no more wasting litter, girl, because it only clumps what it needs to clump. You know what I'm saying? That means no more wasting litter, honey. Plus, Pretty Litter ships free to your door in a small, lightweight bag, and you never run out because whenever you are finished, honey, it comes in like clockwork. You don't have to bring no big old container through the corner store, from the Home Depot, from the Target, none of that. It comes to your house in a bag by itself. You don't got to do no work. You don't got to put in no work. You just get the litter. You know what I'm saying? Once you try Pretty Litter, it will be the only litter you'll ever use. Go to prettylitter.com/rivalry to save 20% on your first order. That's prettylitter.com/rivalry to save 20% on your first order. prettylitter.com/rivalry.
And we're back. Monét, let's talk about listen, here's some questions. Ari from the Patreon wants to know how much of the Fairytale Justice wardrobe is provided versus what you all brought there.
The entire wardrobe was provided. Nothing anyone wore for. I mean, maybe wigs. Maybe people would like if the wig options were so ugly. Because I wore my hair. I think hair. People wore their own hair. Well, except for Trinity. Trinity, that her and Michelle the same thing. She had to do that. But I think hair was the only thing people used their own. Wardrobe and prosthetics. Shay's bear shoes. The bear shoes were actually shoes. And I think. Because Shay kept on wearing them throughout the rest of the season, like throughout in the workroom, and I think she got them from this challenge. But they provided the entire wardrobe for us.
I feel like I feel like now more than ever, I'm hearing all of your EAR words, and I don't know how I never noticed this. I don't know how.
What did I say? What did I say now?
I've mentioned it. You say EAR words, like AIR words.
Beer.
You say bear.
Bear.
No, or you say air.
Air.
No, not beer. No, bear is right. No, bear is right. But you say
okay,
like.
Okay, so which one is it? Am I saying it right or wrong? Which one is? Bitch, you nigga, you don't even know.
No, you say ear. I never noticed that you say ear the way you say air. I just never noticed that until like recently. I was like, oh my god, she really does say that. That is so trippy. Also wants to know who applied Monét's pig nose. Also wants to know who applied Monét's pig nose and what did Monét do to piss that person off.
I'll say, okay, Austin, I want to know who applied your motherfucking pig nose. No, Austin, I applied my own pig nose, and apparently I pissed myself off. Again, and I didn't want to color like bright pink, because I was like, oh, because I'm black, maybe I should like apply it with like, instead of putting pink hair, I put like a darker, like a lighter purple, because I think maybe that will look better with my skin. Again, I never put a pig nose on before, so I was just trying to experiment with shit.
One more question, I'll ask another one later. Reggie wants to know, what do you want to enjoy more? This challenge or Fairytale Justice or Jersey Justice?
I enjoyed Jersey Justice more. I'm gonna, Bob, I want you to watch that again. I'm gonna, just the clip of Jersey Justice. I was really fucking funny in Jersey Justice. I turned it out. I thought I was really great in Jersey Justice. I think I was, someone fucking pissed in Bruce Coffee and told him it was me. Cause I had some really funny jokes. I came in very well. One of my favorite jokes, I was like, I forgot something about me, something about head for a quarter. And she was like, Monique was like, Your Honor, she's nasty. She's over there giving head for a quarter. I said, excuse me, Your Honor. It was not a quarter. It was 25 cents. How dare you? I thought I was very funny during
I have to go back and watch it again. I mean, I think I remember you doing a good job. I don't think you were like touted as bad, were you?
Yes, they had me in the bottom that episode, and I was great. I was very funny.
I don't think I'll go back and watch it again. I do remember that Naomi was very funny. I think she should have won, but she didn't.
Naomi was very funny. Naomi was fucking hilarious.
Let's talk about these looks. Category is Spikes.
Spikes. Let's start off with RuPaul Andre Charles. I like this outfit. If the shoes were not black, I would have hated the belt, but because the shoes are black, it all works together. And this is like almost RuPaul supermodel of the runway here. This is supermodel work here. Almost identical. And I think RuPaul looks great. RuPaul looks stunning.
Yeah, RuPaul looks really good. It looks RuPaul looks, I love this outfit too. RuPaul looks great. She better work.
Do you know what I want to do one of these days? You know how RuPaul has the pink ball gown look with the orange cheetah print things on it that Shay uses to make the thing later on?
Mm-hmm.
You see how Alaska remade it in yellow?
I did not see that. There's
a picture of Alaska remade the entire dress in yellow with like
recently?
No, not recently. I want to remake it in green and do like a thing one of these days. It's one of my favorite RuPaul looks.
Yeah, it's great. I have not seen that Alaska. I want to see that Alaska look though. All right, so Jada Essence Hall, I absolutely am in love with it. When she was painting in the workroom, I was like, "What in the hell is going on?" I was like, "What is happening?" But when she hit the room, I was like, "This look is so good." This look is great. I only thing is I don't think she needed the baby hairs, but just because the texture is so different than the hair on her head. But this look is just fucking phenomenal. So good.
Yeah, she looks great. I like Jada's look a lot. I like that pop of red too. I think it looks really good, and I think it's a nice interpretation of Spikes. It's not something I think anyone else would have thought to go. I think she looks great.
And she did like a spiky. It's just so good. This is great. She better work. I think her boyfriend does all of her hair too.
I think this might be Edward, but G does do a lot of Jada's hair. Like I think exclusively everything she wears nowadays is all her boyfriend. Her and her boyfriend have been together for a long time, like a long time. And I was like, bitch. You looked 14. How long y'all been together? They've been together for a long time.
Maybe they were middle school lovers.
Maybe. Oh my God. Legendary. Do you know the song by Katy Perry? Legendary Lovers.
I do not. Jinx Monsoon is
Edward did do this hair.
Edward did this hair.
Jinx Monsoon is a porcupine, and I don't love this look.
I don't either. I don't like the velvet, and I don't understand this porcupine backpack thing.
Well, it's the spikes. It's the only spikes she's wearing.
I get it, but I don't like it. I don't think it looks great, and I think, it's not my favorite Jinx look this season.
Yeah, I don't love I do not love this. Your look was very controversial on a fashion photo review. This look, girl, they were very unhappy with your shoes.
I know, which was so weird because everyone besides Michelle had a problem with the shoes too. I think it was Carson was the judge for this one. Carson was like, I disagree, Michelle. Have you never and Carson and Michelle were like going back and forth about my shoes on the runway.
To be honest, I agree with Michelle. I don't like these shoes. I just don't get. I agree with Michelle. I think it's because I'm colorblind. I just don't get where the yellow comes back in.
It's just a Doc Marteny punky. Again, I have big ass feet, so I was trying to find a shoe that I think will work really, really well with this look. And I found these. Oh my God, these are great. These gives me this gives me punk Doc Marteny. I feel like someone walking down Astor Place in New York City in this look will wear these exact same shoe with it. So that's why I went with this shoe. And I like the choice. I did struggle with though. I wish I didn't wear the face mask because. Yeah, I wish I didn't wear the face mask. I hate the face mask.
Why do you wish you didn't wear it?
I don't know. I wish I would have seen my face more. Because when we go to the deliberations and I have it off and I can see it, I feel like it makes the whole look feel better. I feel like it cuts off my neck a lot and I'm losing neck. And so that's the only thing about it that I would have changed. I would have loved to not wear the mask the whole time. Or maybe reveal to it. But the way he built it was like a zipper and had nails on and I couldn't do it on the runway. It was just
I think I agree with him the mask. If you had on like a one of those like I would just eschew to those like very tall platform fetish shoes like a stiletto or a pump. I honestly think a pump goes with almost everything. Like you can, in my opinion, you can hardly ever go wrong with a pump. Pumps are just such nice shoes to me. But I do love this dress though. Let's go on to Evie Oddly. I loved this look. I thought it was so cool.
Yeah.
It was such a cool interpretation of Spike, and she is literally walking on the tips of her toes.
And also the way she pads and the way this belt made her waist look, even from the side. Look at that. It looks like her waist is like this big. I think this is a good look, and I thought this was very creative of Evie.
Big. This bitch does have for real life. This bitch has a tiny waist.
Yeah, but I think Evie looks great, and I think using those are crutches. She just wrapped crutches in this fabric and used them as like be this alien insect creature. I think this looks great. I think Evie looks great.
I agree. It's really cool. Okay, so the controversy on the pit stop. I can't remember who I was with this episode. But we were like, "That's a steak. That's not." It doesn't feel very.
I think Trinity. Yeah, I think Trinity's trying to like go like an obscure
out of the box, maybe.
Obscure.
I mean, I don't know that the word obscure fits here specifically because.
Okay, she was trying to think of an abstract way to do spikes. I think she was like, like a stake through the heart, like a spike through the heart. I think that's where she was trying to go to make it. I don't know. Does it scream spikes to me? No, but I do think it's a creative way to try to go out the box and to make sure no one so that kimono gate don't happen. And I think that's what a lot of girls try to do. They're like, I do not want to have kimono gate.
Everyone was trying too hard to be out of the box. That's what it was. Everyone was trying so hard to not do cone bra Madonna that everyone ended up doing kimono Madonna. That's how we ended up with that.
But imagine if everyone the other way, they were like, oh, I'm going to try to do the most basic Madonna, and you had 5 cone bras. That would have been an issue too.
I don't think we would have 5 cones. I think, anyway, long story short, I do think the look is good though. I just don't, it just doesn't, category is, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's go into, you and Jacob are saying this is not Catwoman inspired.
It's not.
I mean, say what you want to say. I just feel like whoever originally did this look, whatever designer this is a knockoff of, it feels like that person's inspiration was Catwoman because they have a whip. This just screams Catwoman.
That's the only thing that's Catwoman.
I was rewatching the episode, and when you're rewatching the episode, the Vivian says something like "living my Catwoman fantasy." The Vivian does say that she is Catwoman on the runway.
You gaslighting me and saying it wasn't Catwoman.
Okay, Bob, you cannot say gaslighting.
Gaslight.
Anyway, the reference that was shown by the original designer, it looked so different from this. The person didn't have a whip in it. Like I think Viv took the reference that she was referencing and tied it to Catwoman by adding the whip and because the reference picture does not give you Catwoman at all.
I was never talking about the reference. I'm talking about this look on the runway, and I was like, she's doing Catwoman, and you were like, no, she's not. So do you want to acknowledge that she's doing Catwoman now? No,
I need to hear the clip.
There was an episode just like one of my favorite moments. Tell about the patrons gathering. People were like, okay, Monét, you can admit when you're wrong. Or they were like, all right, Monét, sure.
I'd like to see the video clip.
They were like, you're the queen of admitting you're wrong. All right, Monét, sure. Always says this is wrong.
Uh-huh.
I don't have to show the go. I knew the truth about my heart back then, and I know the truth now. This is a Catwoman reference. Anyway, that being said, I like this look a lot. She looks really amazing. I love that heel.
That Vivian had custom heels, girl. I was like, this bitch better work with these custom ass shoes.
This is a cool look. I really like this look a lot. I don't necessarily love the thing on her head, the cross thing on her head.
I like it. I think it makes it a little. Again, different from the reference and make it more of her own. I like that.
I mean, I don't know this reference, so I'm not trying to judge this in comparison to what it was before. But the look itself, I like.
And the spikes, and that outfit was fucking heavy. There was like real metal spikes. His outfit was heavy as fuck.
Let's go into Raja. I think that this outfit is better in motion than it is in still. When she's walking in, I really loved it. But when it's still, something about it doesn't work as much.
Yeah, I'm not obsessed with this look. I think it's fine. It's probably one of my least favorite Raja looks this season. That being said, it's still like a fine look, but it just has like a lot of things going on, and it's just not my fave.
I do that she has a mace. And then
the mace is cool.
I'm not really sure what's going on with where the spikes are. I think the spikes were on the train of Shay's look.
Yeah, and in her hair, and I think they started to like fall off a bit when she was walking.
The spikes weren't spiking. I don't feel like she focused enough on the spikes for this look to be strong enough.
I think she's supposed to be something like alien something, but I don't fully get the narrative, if I'm being honest, of what.
Yeah, she does look alien. She does look alien. And I don't think she loved the look either, because I don't think she posted this one on the internet.
Yeah, she didn't post about it, so one can assume. Juan, my friend Juan, he'd assume that she was not into it.
What was your favorite look?
My favorite look would have to be, darling, because I think it was dangerous. And I think it's fierce, and it's not a way my brain would have went for spikes. I really like Evie's look. I think I like Evie's look. It's very interesting. It's this weird alien creature, spike on heel things. Because I remember when I was first starting to dip my toe into drag, like I remember going online and coming across those fucking 9-inch ballerina shoes, and I remember, I want to buy those and I want to wear them. And I saw how impossible they were. So I think all those things considered, I really like Evie's look. I think hers is the most daring and it's the coolest.
My favorite is definitely Jada Essence Hall. It just looks absolutely stunning. This look is practically impeccable. And I would have never thought of this. It just looks so. I was aghast when I was like, I was.
Bastang Gagiana.
I think she looks really, really great. So the top 2 All-Stars of the week are Jinx Monsoon and the Vivian. And they have a lip sync SmackDown Sextrava Smansma. They have a lip sync against one another. How did you feel about the lip sync?
Wait, was this Rumor Has It?
Rumor has it.
Yeah.
Do you think they did Rumor Has It to favor the Vivian because she's British?
No. I thought this was maybe. You know what? You're right. It could definitely be a possibility. That could be what the producers were up to. I don't know. Overall, I thought it was a fine lip sync. It wasn't nothing to like call home about. I think it was fine. And yeah. What do you want me to say? It was like a fire lip sync. It's also what are you laughing about? What are you typing? What are you looking up? What? Ooh, ooh, ooh. Rumor has it she's the one I'm leaving her for.
I don't think that the Viv.
Bitch, what are you laughing at?
I don't think that the Viv or Jinx.
Bitch, what are you laughing at?
I'll tell you in a second. I don't think the Viv or Jinx particularly specialize in lip syncing, so I don't think it was a particularly brilliant lip sync. With Viv won, and I was like, it could have been Jinx, it could have been either one of them could have won. I probably would have chosen. I probably would have chosen the Vivian too, and the Vivian decides to block none other than Monét. How did you feel getting blocked?
I thought that.
Because at this point, you're the only person with a star that hadn't been blocked.
It's hard for me to talk about on camera. Give me a second. I think that being blocked from one of my own countrymen in a foreign country.
You called her a man. Wow.
Weird to me. That felt like a weird flex. And I was very hurt by the Vivian's actions.
And that's the real Queen of England. Yeah, honey.
Yeah.
The real Queen of England.
So it really upset me. And
well, you are blocked. You cannot win anything in next week's challenge.
Also, this is when I found out that the plunger thing was bullshit. Because up until this point, I thought that the plunger secret shit that she was
really
I was like,
the secret for real.
Yeah.
So when Raja came back mad, she was really mad, and then that
she was really mad. She thought there was some plunger thing she's gonna find out. So when I and we did these like exit interviews with the plunger that again never made it to TV. Like they brought us to this other room and they asked you questions that we never saw. But I was upset. I was like, so these bitches were lying to me, fucking assholes.
Did you ask them? Were you like, what's the secret of the plunger? Did you ask the producers?
No, but they knew it was like a bit at this point. And then after I got done, I was like, so there's no secret for real? And they're like, no. And I was like, ain't that about a bitch?
Well, you all, that is another episode down. Another one bites the dust.
And another one, thank you.
Another
one, thank you.
It's just another one, thank you.
Wait, there's another question. This is from Kelly. So this was the first time we have gotten to see Jeffrey Bowyer-Chapman back on Drag Race since the first season of Drag Race Canada, which was either edited to make him look like an evil, snarky judge, or he was actually an evil, snarky judge. We'll never know. He seemed to really respect and appreciate the queens and appeared very sincere, especially in Untucked. Did Monét also feel that he was sincere, or was he just trying to make a good TV comeback? Did he have any negative critiques? Spill the tea. Well, I want to address the negative critique because we've taped the reunion. And that's really something that we discussed. So I guess we can talk about it here on the thingy. but we got negative critiques. Like up until I want to say maybe this past episode. Maybe to this past episode or maybe to this one, like we were getting negative critiques. Not like a whole bunch, but there was still some like little negative critiques in there. But after this episode, they stopped giving all.
I was like, I was assuming that they gave some critiques to the episode because you said that Michelle
Jacob,
critiqued your shoes.
Oh yeah. So I think after this episode, they pretty much stopped. But yeah, we got no critiques. And with Jeffrey Bowyer-Chapman, I think that this is my second or maybe third time meeting Jeffrey Bowyer-Chapman. And he's always been nice. I think he was on All Stars. I think he was on my season of All Stars or something else.
Yeah, he was Snatch Game of Love, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was Snatch Game of Love. And we ended up like seeing him like on set after that or whatever. Like not on camera. And Jeffrey Bowyer-Chapman has always been very sweet, very nice. I think the Canada thing was just, I think that he was just maybe, they were maybe showing more of his negative critiques because he was like there to like judge the girls like full time, so he wanted to give like more energy and really like dig in deep. But I don't know Jeffrey Bowyer-Chapman that much. Like we're not old friends. We don't hang out. We don't get coffee. But he seems to be a very nice person and someone who's always very kind and respectful. So I don't think that he was not doing some act on camera to redeem his TV personality. I 100% do not think that to be true.
I've never met Jeffrey Bowyer-Chapman. I also didn't think that he seemed that mean on Canada's Drag Race. I was like, I just don't think he's as mean as everyone's saying he is. But, what do I know? I'm just some drag queen. All right, y'all. Join us next week. We'll be reviewing episode 5 of All Star 7. Much love to you all.
You ever talked about why you were laughing? Do you want to do that on camera or is that an off-camera thing?
Well, I can tell you why I was laughing. I was laughing because this entire episode, it is just so clear that neither one of us watched this episode before we got on it. And Monét forgot who won. And she was waiting for me to say who won the episode. Because I was having the lip sync. And no, Monét would be like, yeah, and it was won by so-and-so. So I'm Googling who won. And Monét forgot. And I knew she forgot who won. And that shit was just tickling me because Monét clearly did not remember who won this lip sync.
Oh, that was such a bad lip sync. Like, half of the lip sync was so bad.
That shit tickled me. I was like, bitch, didn't know what it was. Get a chance to watch.
Honestly, I can't.
Oh, that is so funny to me.
All right. Well, Roberta, we did it. We did it, Bob. We did it. We recorded another podcast.
We did. I love you very much. And
prove it.
Bitch.
Stop saying it. Be about it.
You prove it about it. You prove it on Sunday. You know what to do on Sunday. You know exactly what to fucking do on Sunday. Exactly.
Well, already come. I don't have any more, Bob. Our Sears already come with me.
So that's the real truth.
What?
That's the real truth. You didn't say it this morning. You didn't say it this afternoon when I was asking you. You invited us yet after I asked you if I can come.
That's not true.
Okay. This morning you're like, I have a guy. I'm just kidding. There's no one coming. I don't think I have any tickets. And now you're saying, oh, RC is coming.
No, that's not what happened.
That is what happened. You said, I have a guy coming. I said, what guy? And then the phone cut out. I called you back. You said, I'm just kidding. There's no guy. I don't think I have any tickets at all. And then I said, oh, okay. And then now you're saying RC is coming.
So what happened was when I got offered to do the VMAs, our assistant, well, she's not our assistant, but she works for our management who organizes all for me. You can text her and ask her. She organized for RC to get tickets to go to VMAs. But to be fair, RC is not going to be with me. She's literally going to be going inside to watch the show, and I'm going to be outside working.
Nigga, I don't want to hang out with you. I was trying to go to the VMAs. I'm trying to see.
So what's the point? So what's the point of you coming to just go inside and just go to the VMAs?
I'm finally getting my comeuppance from being your friend. I'm getting what I deserve. I'm trying to get a VMA ticket. This has all been for a VMA ticket. I'm not gonna watch your content. I'm not gonna watch you. Who are you wearing, nigga? I don't care who people are wearing. I want to see the VMAs. I want to see Nikki. I want to see Nikki do Super Freaky Girl.
Then go get your own motherfucking tickets, then, bitch.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
You'll be filming We're Here, so you won't be available.
Between hanging out with no,
Thank you, Jacob.
I'm off on Sunday. Sunday's a dark day, as a matter of fact. You think between hanging out with you,
Yeah, and you know it's gonna be extra dark if your ass is there.
and you wow, not colorism jokes, and you think that me getting a chance to watch Nicki Minaj do Super Freaky Girl or hang out with you backstage, I'm gonna be kicking it with you. He wanted REAKFREK. Like what the fuck does this Chanel nigga custom down? Like what the fuck does this say Burberry custom brown?
Bob, I have to go. My house stuff. I have to go.
What's Arcia do? Where Arcia? I just want to talk to her. Where's she at? I just want to talk.
She's not here yet.
I just want to talk. Let me give the address. I cannot believe
the address. Studio 71, Studio 71J. Y'all know, please delete that. Bleep out of my mouth. Bleep everything. What the fuck? What the fuck is going on?
I have wings waiting for me. Goodbye.
All right. I love you very much.